Are your friendships fading into a gallery of silent ghosts? Do you carry the secret weight of believing you're just not a good enough friend? That somehow you are the defect in those fracturing bonds? This quiet erosion of connections and the corrosive self-blame that follows are not your destiny. They are symptoms of a flawed programming. What if I told you that the script society handed you about friendship is a lie, a blueprint for failure and quiet despair, and that the key to forging unbreakable bonds and silencing that inner critic isn't about becoming a perfect friend, but about mastering a few forbidden truths about human connection and, more importantly, about yourself? The pain you feel is real, but its source is not your inadequacy. It's the illusion that strong friendships just happen, or that being a good friend is an innate quality you either have or you don't. This is the first trap. Many believe that true friendships don't require effort, that they just flow naturally. This is a seductive lie. Think of a friendship as a secret garden. Initially, its beauty might seem self-sustaining, but if no one tends to it, no watering through consistent contact, no nurturing with focused attention, no weeding out of misunderstandings, it will inevitably wither. And when it does, the easy excuse is to say it wasn't meant to be. Another myth that absolves us of responsibility and sentences a potentially valuable connection to a slow, unnecessary death. This passive approach, this belief in effortless, magical connections, is the primary reason most friendships slowly fade into nothingness. The truth is, valuable friendships aren't found. They are forged. The antidote to this passivity is the secret code of deliberate friendship. This isn't about grand, sporadic gestures. It's about the unseen power of consistent, intentional actions. Forget the vague advice to simply be there. What does that even mean? True connection is built with precision. One of the most potent tools in this deliberate approach is what I call the active relevance radar. Instead of the shallow, "How are you?" you recall a specific detail your friend previously shared, a concern, a small goal, an upcoming event, and you inquire directly about that. "John, how did that presentation you were nervous about actually go?" Or, "Sarah, you mentioned you were looking into that new course. What did you decide?" This single, deliberate action cuts through the noise. It signals deep listening, genuine memory, and real investment. It's a world away from the myth that friendships just flow. You are actively architecting the connection. This kind of deliberate effort is infinitely more valuable than chasing an unattainable standard of perfection. The very act of trying, consistently and intentionally, is the masterstroke. But what about that gnawing voice that whispers you're not good enough? That if you were a better friend, you wouldn't need to try so hard, or your friends would just know what you need. This is the insidious myth of intuitive understanding. The idea that good friends are mind readers, and if you have to ask, the gesture is no longer genuine. This is like expecting someone to navigate your inner world using outdated, non-existent guesswork software. When this imaginary software inevitably fails, because your friends are human, not psychic, frustration and self-blame take root. You feel unseen. They might feel confused or unfairly judged. The necessary system upgrade here is radical self-awareness. You must first decode your own needs, your own patterns, your own silent expectations. Only then can you communicate them, or even understand why you react the way you do in your friendships. Hacking this self-blame begins with recognizing that the fault isn't in your core being, but in this flawed expectation of telepathy. True connection thrives on clear, honest signaling, not on impossible intuition. Finally, to sustain this deliberate, conscious approach to friendship, you need a hidden fuel source: strategic self-gratitude. Society often mislabels any focus on the self within friendship as selfish. But consider this: being a friend involves giving your time, your energy, your support. If you operate like a well, constantly giving water but never acknowledging the source or allowing it to be replenished, you will eventually run dry. Strategic self-gratitude isn't narcissism. It's about recognizing and validating your efforts, your intentions to be a good friend, even if the outcomes aren't always perfect. Think of it as discovering an inner oasis. By acknowledging the deliberate actions you do take, the call you initiated, the support you offered, the moment you truly listened, you replenish your own well. This internal validation frees you from the desperate need for external approval or perfect reciprocity in every interaction. It builds resilience. It ensures you can continue to give authentically because you are drawing from a source that you consciously nurture. You can only truly overflow for others what you cultivate within yourself. The architecture of true connection is not found. It is meticulously built. The blueprints are within. This understanding is merely the entry point. Deeper layers of social architecture and personal mastery await those ready to dismantle outdated programming. If you are committed to accessing these advanced blueprints, ensure you subscribe to Mind Architect Lab. The path to genuine transformation is for those who seek it. Mind Architect Lab. Master your mental blueprint. Stay sharp.